FM 94, The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know a band we play here on The Dark. And tonight, we got a band actually out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. They're called Separations. We actually put this song on the airwaves about 3-4 weeks ago. The song is Dream Eater. And on the phone right now, I'm talking with the lead singer of the band Separations, that being Will Crafton. And Will, first of all, thanks so much for joining me here on The Dark. And where are you calling from today, and how are you doing, by the way?
Of course, man. I'm doing good. I'm calling from my humble abode here in Canton, Georgia. Just gearing up for tour, taking care of some errands, doing all that stuff. We're heading out this weekend on the Monster Energy Outbreak Tour with Nothing More headlining. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm doing pretty well, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk right away about the tour first. Normally I kind of dive into the band and all that, but let's talk about the Monster Energy Outbreak Tour, which is kicking off here on September 14th. I believe you're in Dallas, and then you're zipping all around. You're with a lot of cool bands, and you'd mentioned Nothing More out there. Let's talk about this tour, and how excited are you to go out on tour, kind of a breakout tour here for you guys?
Man, it's awesome, man. I'm really stoked that we got the opening spot here. A very reputable band, Nothing More. They're playing all over Sirius. They've actually got like 2 singles spinning right now currently, and they just released that song Jenny, which is doing really, really well. It's really cool. They seem like really nice guys, and I'm really excited to meet everybody. It's kind of like getting back into high school. You go out and meet everybody. It's all nervous. It's like, who do I hang out with? What's going on? It's just the first day is always crazy, but I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, and you're also hanging out, I think, of the Marmozets and Turbo Wolf too, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, actually, as of yesterday, unfortunately, the singer for Marmozets, she actually hurt her knee really bad. They had to drop off the tour completely, and actually, we're now going on tour with The Color Morale, which has always been like one of my favorite bands anyway. So it's I feel really bad for her and them, but it's also kind of cool that they're able to pick, fill the spot so quickly. And it really went off without a hitch. It's just kind of crazy how it worked out. And then yes, Turbo Wolf.
Yeah, and you know what? When you just mentioned that about the singer from Marmozets, I just read that yesterday on Facebook because I'm spacing here. But anyway, I did remember that. So yeah, there is a change in the lineup. But cool though that you guys are going out together as a group and to kind of get noticed a little bit more. Has it been kind of tough for you to start out with here to get noticed, or have you been able to pick up some steam as you go along?
It's been one of those weird things where we went out and recorded this record. We bided our time a little bit, and we decided to release a single ahead of the record, to try to get people excited, and people have been so receptive to it. It got picked up on Sirius. It's actually getting some really heavy play on Sirius. We were the most requested song on Octane last week. Things have been going really well. People are very open to it. I've been getting a lot of comments and feedback on all the social media, trying to reach out to everybody, and it's been overall really well. We've been picking up a lot of steam, and I really think that this tour is kind of like the icing on the cake for everything. It's like a huge upward slope, and it's been working really well.
Very cool, very cool. All right, we're talking with Will here for the band Separations. Let's find out more about the band Separations. How did this band all come about, Will?
Me and a few buddies of mine recorded recorded an album less than a year ago. We kind of sat on it. We didn't think it was the right time to release everything just yet, and unfortunately, the members and I decided to go our separate ways. And I actually got an entirely new band put together to pursue this record. They've been some close friends of mine. 2 of the guys were there for the writing process anyway, and that's just kind of how it all came together. Everyone decided that they wanted to do this. We wanted to put this album out. We wanted to give this a shot. We weren't really sure as to what the future was going to be for any of us at the time, but the timing seemed right. Everything kind of just aligned, and we put this album out. We got this band together, and now we're going on tour.
Very cool, very cool. Now, Separations obviously is the name of the band. How did you guys come up with the name? Or maybe you kind of gave me the answer there since you had
Exactly
one.
that, man.
Is that what it is?
Exactly that, you know. This band was created through the separation of another band, and, you know, we kind of hung on to a lot of, a lot of really close bonds were severed, a lot of turmoil, a lot of trouble, a lot of pain, and, that's just kind of how it all came about. So separations, that you're looking at what you get with it.
Absolutely. It makes sense.
Story.
It makes sense after you tell us kind of the makeup of the band and how it all came about.
Mm-hmm.
Will, I want to talk about, obviously you guys are kind of that hard rock / hard hitting metal in that. And you know what? We were just talking off air here before we started the interview, and it seems like the metal scene is starting to become a little bit more mainstream even on the radio. Maybe that's a little premature to say with some stations, but more radio stations, I think, are starting to play more metal than maybe they used to, say, 5-6 years ago. Would you agree with that?
I would definitely agree with that. You look at the pop demographic, and it's really just the same thing over and over. All the songs sound the same. All the artists are the same. All the songwriters for all the hit songs are the same writers. It's all the same stuff. So I feel like with how generic things have been, and I hate to blast music like that, but like that's really just how I feel lately. And I feel like people are seeking more outlets for things that sound way different than what is currently being shoved into the public's eye. And that's why I feel like this kind of music is getting more of a chance than it ever has in the past.
Last night, actually, I was talking with Michael Del Pizzo. He's with a band called Sunflower Dead. I don't know if you've heard that band or not at all. But anyway, he was talking about, in the music business now, back in the day, and I don't know how old you are, but I'm a little older. So back in the day, you put some stuff together, you sent it to a record company, they liked it. Hey, then we're going to, promote you and move on and all that kind of stuff. And they kind of became your property. In today's music world, he had mentioned, and I'm agreeing with him on this, is that you almost have to go out and shove it in everybody's face. And then maybe, just maybe, then somebody will take a listen to you. Do you feel that way now?
I feel like to a degree, yes. You do have to go out and make yourself known. That's a fact. I mean, otherwise no one's going to know who the hell you are.
Right.
That just kind of comes with the territory, of course. But yeah, I would definitely agree with what he said.
Let's get to know you a little bit more, Will, and this sometimes kind of helps out find out, kind of the music you're writing and all that. First of all, let's talk about a music collection. Obviously, every musician has a music collection, what they like to listen to and all that. Is there something right now in your music collection that might shock me that you listen to?
I'm not sure about so much as shocking. I've been really jamming. This band, Coheed and Cambria, just released a new single.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely love that band. Honestly, that band is actually what got me into music. I know they've been around for a while,
yeah.
But been listening to their new single "Here to Mars," which like I said, not totally shocking that I would listen to something like that, but just a really, really cool band. Really unique. That
was a band that actually, if I remember right, they did a lot of things kind of as a storyline, storybooks, didn't they? I mean, they kind of pieced things together all as they went with their albums after albums, right?
They did, and that was one of the things that drew me to them so much, and like what really inspired me when I was really young, learning to play guitar and sing. I really grasp onto stuff like that. Like, it's really cool that there's more to just the music and more to just the songs. There's actually this whole epic, whole sci-fi thing, and that was really, really cool because I'm like a fantasy junkie. I'm like the biggest nerd in the world. I have comic books, video games, all that stuff. That's what I do in my spare time. So.
Well, very cool. Well, there we learned some more about Will Crafton, of course, the lead singer of Separations. He likes the comics and all that. Why, I guess the other question I got to ask you then is, why did you decide to get into the music side of things?
It's every kid's dream. Like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I always I always fantasized about, being on stage, and I never really envisioned myself as a singer, to be honest. I was always like, yeah, play the guitar, learn the bass. I'm terrible at the drums. I have no rhythm whatsoever. I gave that up years ago. But it just, the adrenaline, everything about it. Like, I just wanted to perform. I wanted to perform. I wanted to play. I love music. Like, I love listening to it. It gets me through the day. It makes me look forward to tomorrow. It's just something I've always hung on to. And, here I am today.
You mentioned, obviously, you're on the metal side, the kind of heavier side, and obviously your voice is your prized possession of that. How much, I guess, do you have to take care of your voice day in and day out to make sure you keep it where it's at?
I'm pretty critical about it. Scales, warm-ups, all that stuff before you really get into actually performing for the day. I drink a lot of really weird stuff that probably people wouldn't put in their bodies even forcibly.
Okay.
A lot goes into it, I did like the whole vocal coaching thing for a while too, and even she was like, there's not much I can teach you, but here's how you can take care of your voice. Once you've been singing a certain way for a long time, you're not going to unlearn that or change that. It's natural. It's a natural thing that anybody can do. But taking care of your voice and training your voice, those are two totally different things. And, what you eat, it's your body. Your body is your voice. You can't tune it. It's not a guitar. You can't just pull it out and, be ready to go. If you don't take care of your body, you can't take care of your voice. So it's really important.
We're talking with Will Crafton. He's the lead singer of the band Separations. They're going out on tour here actually this weekend on the Monster Energy Outbreak Tour, which is really cool for that band. Looks like a bunch of dates on that. Touring-wise, let's talk about this. Obviously, you're going to be playing with some other bands here that I don't believe you played with before. But if you had to put together your ultimate tour, what other two bands would you like to play with besides yourself? It'd be Separations and two other bands out there.
Oh, man. Well, I guess Coheed's a given.
Okay, yep.
Just because. I think it would fit pretty well, too. And, I am an absolute diehard fan of 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh.
Absolutely love that band. Very theatrical, very dramatic. I think that would be my dream show to play. To be honest, I think I could die happy knowing I've accomplished that.
How many have you? I'm assuming you've been to some 30 Seconds to Mars shows before.
Yeah.
And I've been to one, and they were with Lincoln Park and that, and they put on a phenomenal show. 30 Seconds to Mars.
They are, man. Jared Leto is crazy.
Yes,
I love it.
I love it, and I love just everything. I mean, the thing that I liked honestly about the show, that 30 Seconds to Mars, it was an outdoor show, in that it almost gave me a European feel of what it would be like overseas watching a rock show.
They definitely do have that vibe going on for them, for sure.
I mean, they had the balloons going all over, the confetti, they had everything. It was just nuts, crazy.
Very festival. And, I've seen them in indoor arenas, too, and it's almost the same exact thing.
Very cool. If somebody went to a Separation show, what would they expect to see?
Man, just constant movement, running around, jumping around, climbing stuff, jumping off of things. We try to go really, really hard. We want it to be, more so of an experience. It's really cliche to say, I know, but, definitely more than just getting some awesome music. Like, I try to get everyone very involved in the room, make people connect. That's like really my main goal live, is just making sure everyone in the room is connecting with everything that's happening. And, people take time out of their, days. They mentally decide, hey, I want to go here and see these people, and I want that to be special for them. And so that's what we try to do every night. Have
you injured yourself on stage?
Never injured myself yet, although I guess that's a lie. Just the last show we played at the Masquerade, we actually headlined a show.
Okay.
And I climbed onto a speaker and didn't realize that the main overhead, amp for the entire room was right above my head, and I climbed it and shot straight up into the air and like literally cracked my skull open on that
Wow.
thing. And I like played it off. I was like, that didn't happen. I'm gonna get off here now.
So next time you go to a Separations show, when you see Will wearing a helmet, you'll know why now.
That's exactly right.
We're talking with Will Crafton. He's the lead singer of the band Separations. Tour is coming up here. Have you been to Minnesota, I guess? Have you been here yet?
I have been to Minnesota, yes.
Okay. Have you played a show here at all?
We have back in the, I was in a few other touring bands before this one, and
Okay.
we did make it out there. I cannot remember for the life
That's okay.
what venue we played, but
So there is a chance that one day we'll see Separations up here.
oh, definitely. This is mainly an East Coast up to the North run with the kind of crossing from the West with going from Texas and all. But we do plan to try to hit everywhere next time. We definitely want to get up to the West where like Cali is and all that stuff. So
Right.
we're hoping to hit every city. Eventually. You can't do it on every tour, but we're definitely hoping to do it. Probably by
Absolutely.
next year, I'd say.
That'd be cool. How about this? This is a question I ask every band, and obviously you kind of maybe have a younger library of music right now, but that's okay. What artist out there, any artist, would you like to cover one of your songs?
So an artist covering one of our songs.
Absolutely, yes.
Man. Let's see.
And it can be obviously any artist. It doesn't have to be even in the rock format if you didn't want that either. So,
Oddly enough, I'd love to hear a Journey do a
Wow.
Separations cover. No screaming, just want to hear that beautiful Arnell voice. Just take it away.
Nice.
That guy's got a killer voice.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. And I'm talking current Journey, not late Journey.
Okay.
Not Steve.
Not Steve. Current Journey. All right. That's cool. I've not had that response yet, but that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the new album coming out. You have a full-length debut album coming out called Dream Eater. Looks like it's going to be coming out on October 2nd. What's the story about the album and kind of what all went into it?
We actually did something a little different for this album. It's nothing I've ever done before. I've written albums, I've done stuff. And with this one, I wanted to go with like a concept. I wanted this album to have a theme. I wanted each song to kind of tie into each other. And I came up with this idea of this entity called the Dream Eater, which is basically everything that has ever gone wrong in life, everything that has ever destroyed anybody, anything that has ever broken someone down, like wars, famines, emotions. Like it embodies all the terrible things that can happen to a person. And the main overall theme, which was, the title track off the record, Dream Eater, ultimately comes down to the inner battle that we all face with ourselves.
Very cool. Wow. That'll be coming out on October 2nd. Obviously, that'll be on iTunes, all those places. Then you can pick up your hard copies, too, I would assume, out at all the concert venues that you're at, correct?
Yep, you can get them online, too.
Absolutely. The current single, Dream Eater, and maybe you already kind of led into it, but what's the story behind the current single, the Dream Eater actual single, not just the album?
It's like I said, it's, it's the biggest challenge of your life. It's fighting yourself. It's coming to terms with who you are, accepting your fears, staring into evil head on, the nastiest thing you could ever imagine, the most terrible thing right in front of you, and you have to face it. You've got to tackle it. You've got to turn around and accept that it's there. And that's what the song's about.
Wow. Have you heard your song yet on the radio?
I did. We heard it the first night it was spinning on Sirius Octane.
Okay.
And I was super stoked. He did like a little segue into it.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy crap, it's my song on the radio.
I was
very cool.
That was my next question. What does it mean to hear your song, your music on the radio?
It's weird because I'm so critical as it is, like on myself and how I sound, and it's like, you're never gonna be good enough for yourself. I've accepted that. I live with it. It's just weird to hear. It's very weird. It's like, oh, here's our song playing on the radio. Other people are listening to it. Other people are, just think a certain way about it. And it's really cool. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. I'm very proud of it, to be honest. It's very, very cool.
Absolutely, and you should be very proud of it too, putting all the hard work and effort into it like you do. Most bands that put all the effort into it and actually then get that signal out on the radio, getting played. In fact, in just a moment here, we're going to play that song for everybody up here again, which we've been spinning for the last couple of weeks. So I'm sure we have a lot of fans out there already of the band Separations. And if people want to know more about Separations, how do they find out more information about you guys?
Hit us up on our Facebook. That's the best way to talk to us. We talk to everybody. Any messages, anything that we have time to get to, we will. Social media is just amazing these days because it's so easy to connect with everyone. But our Facebook is facebook.com/separationsofficial, and you can hit us up on Twitter, Separations Band. We'd be glad to talk to anybody.
Awesome. And I tell you what, I look forward to meeting you guys one day in person, checking you guys out, and hopefully you guys have a great time out on that Monster Energy Outbreak Tour. And what I've heard from everybody that I've interviewed here in the last year, they say Nothing More is unbelievable for an act, so you guys should have a lot of fun with them.
They are. I've been checking out the videos, doing my research as well, and they're phenomenal. And from what I can tell, they seem like a great group of guys with a great message to spread. So I think we're going to get along great, and I couldn't be more excited to be going out with them.
Awesome. All right, we're going to play your current song, Dream Eater. Does that sound good?
Sounds good, buddy.
Hey, thanks a lot for joining me once again, Will.
Of course, man. Take care.
That is Will Crafton. He's the lead singer of the band Separations. You want to hear their new song, Dream Eater, which their new album comes out on October 2nd. You got it right now. It's on the Dark. It's on FM 94.